Hey, everybody. I have to report on this. I got an email the other day. And there's a lot of you that actually follow Dodge Garage. Uh, they send out promotional stuff to promote their items, cars, whatever. So I got this email, and it's about a new contest replacing the donut maker that came and gone without even him being noticed. That was kind of pathetic, last contest they did for the last call, the donut maker. So, completely forgettable. So now we have a new contest, and the name of it is actually kinda laughable. So let me show you this and go through the promotion of it. So, the Dodge Badassador program. Only badasses need apply. Dodge recruits brand ambassadors with attitude. Announces new Dodge Badassador program. Dodge is searching for a fresh talent to introduce the next generation of Dodge muscle to a new audience. Now keep that in mind, a new audience with one critical qualification: be badass. The new Dodge Badassador program is recruiting passionate enthusiasts to represent Dodge at events across the country with America's performance brand, now accepting applications at that website. We continue to push the boundaries of performance, and we're looking for a brand ambassador who's ready to shake up the status quo, said Matt McAleer, Dodge CEO. If Dodge isn't pushing boundaries, if Dodge isn't making people uncomfortable, we wouldn't be Dodge. And those are the kind of ambassadors the brand is looking for: enthusiasts who disrupt, who will stand out and shine a light on next generation of Dodge muscle. Dodge Badassador will share the love for all Dodge performance vehicles, including the injury. Excuse me. Mm, vehicles, including the industry's first all electric muscle car, the 670 horsepower Dodge Charger Scat Pack, which retains the title of world's quickest and most powerful muscle car, though it's not the world's quickest or most powerful electric appliance. But you might as well have semantics, right? Uh, l- Luckily, recruits will experience a full Dodge portfolio, including a 496 horsepower Charger Daytona RT, the 710 horsepower Dodge Durango SRT Hellcat, the most powerful gas engine SUV ever, the 288 horsepower Dodge Hornet RT with PowerShot. Select Dodge Badassadors, so not all the Badassadors, select Dodge Badassadors may have the opportunity, to travel to events throughout 2025, including auto shows, new vehicle launches, which there is only one this year, first drives, Dodge enthusiast gatherings, regional and dealership events, NHRA drag racing, and more. Badassador perks include Badassador card, provides entry to Dodge enthusiast and motorsports event. Dodge Rides, exclusive access to Dodge vehicles to create and promote innovative content. So, stopping there, just kind of, so obviously they want somebody that's a YouTuber or an Instagrammer to be able to go and make stuff to try to promote their things. So this is what they're looking for. Dodge VIP, elite VIP level experience at events, including vehicle launches, delivering behind the scenes access and creating compelling content. Once again, yeah, social media stuff. Dodge Social, appear in official Dodge Social channel, features and post and leverage access to Dodge lifestyle and motorsports partners. Dodge Gear, complimentary Dodge swag and Dodge branded gear. Dodge meetups, FaceTime, so you don't meet them in person, with the Dodge team and celebrities for Q&As and to discuss updates and collaboration opportunities. To apply to become a Dodge Badassador, for complete details, visit their website. Yep. So there is the most comical thing I've seen since the donut maker. This is actually kind of funny because what they're doing is they're looking for a modern audience. And this has been going on through pop culture now for the last 5 or 6 years, where you're looking for the modern audience. Who's the modern audience? Well, maybe that's the modern audience. It's amazing because Dodge had an audience, and then they just said, well, actually, Stellantis had an audience because they did this to multiple divisions of their company, and they went, "Yeah, we don't want you anymore. We're gonna go chase this 10% of the population, if that, and we're gonna try to cater to them. The 90%, we don't really care about you anymore." So there's some good stuff. So let me talk about modern audience. So what I mean about that. All right, so we go and I'll show you in like cinema, Marvel was looking for the modern audience, and they tried to do that with the Marvels, where they race swapped, sex swapped all the characters, and it was girl power. It was, it was just absolute, yeah. And this is for the modern audience, and it made $199 million at the box office, which nets down to about 90 million or so, maybe a little less. Because remember, the theaters take their cut out of this number. So the thing is, though, this movie cost $275 million to make, and then you throw about half of that into advertising, a little bit, at least 125. So we use 400 million. So this movie lost well over $300 million. Just gone. Looking for a modern audience. This is what happens when you look for this modern audience. And this is, because the auto industry follows pop culture. Look at the late 60s, you know, when I'll show you like the late 60s with like this car here or the mod top cars. It was following the time frame, the GTO Judge, this thing. This was following pop culture. And they're doing it again, but of course in the wrong direction. Now I'm going to show you. This is a movie here that was made for everybody. Wasn't looking for a modern audience. It was just a movie to have fun. It made it's Deadpool and Wolverine. It made $1.338 billion. Cost 200 million to make. Figure another 150 million for advertising, and it made a lot of money. It made hundreds of millions of dollars in profit because it was made for everybody. And this is where they're losing they're losing the way, because you need to make products for everyone, not just for your small audience that you're trying to chase. Because no matter how many rumors you have that they're doing this, I love Mopar Insiders, just the propaganda arm, that of course they're going to keep the Hemi and the Durango. They have no other product that the normal person wants to buy. So they have to keep selling this. And this doesn't sell massively. It sells well, but without it, Dodge would sell, I don't know, 30,000 cars a year. I mean, seriously, that's how small it would be. The Hornet is dead on arrival. The EV is dead on arrival. So you're literally going to be stuck with, that product. It's not a very big thing. So, the other part of this is, we're talking about creating a new type of transportation, which EVs are not. I did a video here, actually it'd be over here, I think, that showed that the EV never caught on like the car did. And a car company years ago called Toyota made the Prius, this ugly thing here. But they knew their market for that. It was mostly people that, were going to work or whatever, commuting. It became a commuter car. And also for people who wanted to feel kind of good, but it was a normally aspirated car with a little electric engine hybrid. It was the first hybrid. But Toyota did not go and throw away the 90% of their sales to go chase more of these hybrid kind of cars when nobody was ready for them. They still made Tundras and Camrys and Corollas and Tacomas, Matrix. Well, the Matrix kind of stopped by. Well, the Matrix was along the same time. They made their minivans. the Seneca. They made every other product that people wanted. They didn't just throw away everything to chase this small audience that honestly doesn't make up enough to keep the company in business. And Toyota consistently makes money, unlike Dodge or Chrysler or Ram. I doubt they've been very profitable the last few years. So this is kind of where we are with how the company has just completely gone off the rails. I know that Tavares is gone, but McAleer, and I hope I'm saying that right, was a pick by Tavares. And honestly, I don't think he's the right guy for this job. And Kuniskis doesn't want to be CEO of the company. They've already had an article that he refused, and I wouldn't want to be it either because, good lord, you're walking into an absolute disaster. And and Kuniskis, he you can only work what you're given by corporate at that point. So don't think that he's going to start, pulling Hemis out of thin air and start throwing them in trucks because I don't know if these new trucks are designed to actually accept that engine. And the 3-liter, it's an inline six. It's a BMW. It literally is a BMW light. And honestly, when you start squeezing that much power out of an inline six, reliability is not going to be a big thing. So, keep looking for that modern audience, Stellantis. It's not there. And it's kinda sad at this point because they've forgotten about us, the majority, that want normal cars. I honestly, I don't care if it's turbocharged or naturally aspirating. I just want a normal car that I go to the gas station, I put gasoline in it, and I drive. Even slight hybrids, you don't have to do anything to them because they use the internal systems to make the cars work. Okay, that's fine enough. I don't personally like it because it's a little more complicated, but at least you go to the gas station, spend 5 minutes, you pump gas in, and you leave. You're done. There's no thinking. You change the oil on the car, change the other fluids on it, check the air in the tires, you're good to go. So, with this Badassador program, they're hunting for people that don't exist. The new charger appliance has been so dead on arrival. I've never seen a launch this bad. It makes the Hornet look good. That's how bad this launch has gone. The cars are either dead when they get there or die soon after. You have no choices at this point. They literally didn't make they didn't make the four-door. They just kinda threw whatever they could together, and, it it it's just not a thing, and it's not even the fastest EV out there. The Plaid will kick its ass up and down the street. It literally will. Tesla has perfected the whole thing by stealing money from the other companies. That's how they make money, through carbon credits. Ford loses $1 billion a year on their 2 products they have. And I'm like, they're seeming pretty not really with it. General Motors stopped it and they started just making hybrids. So whatever, you do your Badassador program and maybe I'll apply. I think I'm gonna apply for the Badassador because I'm badass and I like to stir things up. So that sounds pretty good. So there's that. Those are my thoughts. Let me hear yours because this is really, really kooky kind of stuff. And God, I can't wait till things get back to normal when we have adults in charge at Stellantis and Dodge and Chrysler and Jeep, because good Lord, it's an utter and absolute mess. So hopefully you got something. If you did, hey, like it. If you got a little bit more, you want to see some more car stuff, I mix it up. I do new stuff, old stuff. I'm kind of everywhere because, well, we're car guys, and that's what happens. You can subscribe. Hey, share this if you thought it was kind of interesting. Let somebody else learn a little bit about the Badassador program and kind of what's going on. And as always, if you have a cool old car or something fun to drive, take it out. You'll make someone's day, probably your own. And I'll catch you really soon.